What's happening, stylish pandas? Peter Von Panda here. I just picked up a ratcheting belt. Now, I've never had one of these before, and I picked this up because I thought it could be kind of interesting. So this one is a leather ratchet dress belt, 36 to 44 inches, tan strap, silver buckle. I want to show it to you. They come in a number of different color combos, so you can kind of find one that maybe fits your style best. But what's really interesting about these is the fact that they are maybe more infinitely adjustable. It does come in this little fabric drawstring bag, which you probably will never need if you're going to actually use this thing. And then it comes wrapped up in plastic. So one of the drawbacks of regular belts, when they have the little holes in the tongue and the post in them, is that the holes have to be a certain distance apart, and obviously they have to be like half an inch or an inch, because if you put them really close together, it's just like having a large cut and they're not going to do anything. And then over time, what ends up happening is that it kind of stretches out the holes. Sometimes they get kind of deformed. Sometimes you have to use that hole because it doesn't look good. And then the really big problem is you can't vary in any size. And now I know that people can put on some weight, lose some weight. I might be a victim of it myself, but the belt doesn't change. On top of that, if you live where I do in the Midwest, the seasons change. And so a lot of times you might be wearing thin pants in the summer and the shirt hanging outside of the pants. But then in the winter, maybe thicker pants. Maybe you've got a shirt that's tucked into your pants. Maybe you've got a sweater, maybe a thick shirt, whatever. So a lot of times the belts don't adjust to, the varying layers of clothes or body size or whatever. So I was really interested in this. As you can see, I really like this. This is kind of matches a pair of shoes that I have. I would call this definitely like a kind of a light brown, kind of a caramelish brown. I really like it. It's got that kind of casual brown look as opposed to being a really dark chocolate brown or kind of almost black like ox blood or something like that. It's, it's really nice looking. We can see here that has some side stitching, which is actually, I think it's mostly the sheen of the light hitting it. It is not as light as it might look. It's kind of just got a little bit of a shinier sheen, but it's not maybe as bright as you might think here. And you can see the inside of the belt here, obviously not reversible, just kind of like a finished leather, but kind of that tan natural leather look. And then here, right here, we have a very nice brushed like buckle. It kind of looks like a pewter to me. I wanted something that wasn't super bright, something super shiny, but I also didn't want something necessarily black, just something that would kind of go with everything. Now you can see here how this sucker works a little bit. It's actually, must be cast. It definitely has some weight to it, and that's because of the ratcheting mechanism in here. And so what we have is, I've never actually used these. I'm assuming that you will use this to adjust. So here is a little lever. It's a little lever right there, and you can see it lifts up that stop. And so the ratcheting piece will kind of slide through here, and I'm guessing it'll hold it there. And then if you want to put it in a different position, you just pull this forward, just like that. And this is, for me, looking top down, I always kind of run my belt in this way, right? And come around here and then put my belt together like this. So to me, what this is going to do is actually put this little switch on the bottom. So actually I won't have it showing at the top, which is kind of nice. But, if you run it the other way, you could have this showing on the top, but I kind of don't think you would want to, right? Anyway. So to me, this is how I'd be wearing the belt. Now, you can also see here, you have to adjust this thing, or you can. For the excess of the belt, it will run right through the top here, go through this little retainer here, and you're probably going to want, you can see here, this little ratcheting track. Seems like a hard plastic. You can see it's kind of got a little groove down the middle, and seems pretty flexible, but it's only about, 8, 9 inches long. And so what you want to do is you want to adjust it to put this in the sweet spot and probably just have a little bit of tongue showing, or a little bit of extra there. So you want, I'm trying to see where that's, you'd probably want to use the front part of the track right up here. Now to adjust this, looks like this lever pulls up. Ooh, some spikes in there. Looks like an Iron Maiden. And then you can just cut this, be conservative with it, cut it down, try it on, and then you can reattach this by just pushing that in there like that, and then tightening it down. So that's kind of nice, adjustable. All right, let's just show you the ratcheting portion here. So I'm going to slide this in here. So you're putting on your belt, getting ready for your day, and I don't have to hit that. What I notice though is that it kind of grips, it kind of pushes in. So even if I put it in here, I can pull it back out, but it's already kind of kicking in there. Now I will say, I would probably worry about it wearing this edge right there if you don't use that little lever over time and kind of wear down that front edge where it's painted. Not a big problem right now, but you can see it goes in there, and now it's starting to ratchet. All right, and it's not going to go back, right? The tall end of that little ramp there is on this side, so it's not going to go back. But the beauty of this is, like I said, maybe you're feeling a little thick, you pull this back and give yourself a little room. After a large meal, give yourself a little room, right? After a long winter, give yourself a little room. Putting on that thick Hello Kitty sweatshirt, give yourself a little room. Drink a lot of Soylent, draw it in, right? And so you can kind of dial it in. And that's really what I think is the great thing about this, is whether you're dialing it on a day-to-day basis or just over time, it's pretty cool. And then all the wear, all the pressure holding the belt together is on the backside, so you don't have like a hole kind of getting drawn apart or anything like that. So pretty cool. I definitely dig it. And then it looks like to get it off, you just kind of pull this forward, and it's almost a two-hand operation though, and then it'll just come right out. I like it. I see a lot of these things. If you want to pick this up, I will put a link to it in the description below, but it's not that expensive. And like I said, when I was looking at other belts, there are a lot of leather belts that are more expensive than this, that are all just the standard technology we've used for hundreds of years. So why not step it up without any additional cost? Again, link in the description. Peter from Panda out.